everybody, welcome back. It's episode 25.
Hey.
You hear that? You hear that?
It sounds live.
We have a studio audience today full of our friends.
The supporters are in the building.
Yes, so I'm going to start by introducing all of them. We got
Yes.
Weslyn in the house, Janine,
Hey.
Day Oneer.
Hey.
We got Jennifer, our bestie. We got Jessica. Hey, and Natasha. What up? And
in the man
we
corner.
have Anthony on the man corner. We're so hyped. It's nice to have like full applause and stuff.
You know?
Right? It's cool. I like this.
YouTube fails us every time we try.
We just gave up on those apps. We gave up. But I am your host, Cortney. I'm joined with the lovely,
Melissa.
the beautiful.
I wasn't sure
She
she was
jumped
going
in
to keep
early
going.
this time.
You took long in the pause. I was like, all right, we're going to stop here.
My bestie, y'all know her. And we're joined by the handsome, amazing mix master Valle.
Hey.
Babe.
It is.
What's going
All
on?
right. So we're here. We made it. This is a milestone episode. Super pumped about it. I'm so glad. Thank you to everybody who listens and watches. Thanks for being here. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying what you're listening to and seeing. So, all right. Let's get started. It's so quiet over there. It was all hyped at the beginning, and now it's quiet. I'm like, where's everybody?
They're
Give them some
listening.
time.
They're
Give them some
listening. You had to
Yes.
do the intro spiel.
Man.
Yeah. But before we get into the topic, I just wanted to mention kind of like a somber note, but it's Suicide Prevention Month. So if you know anybody who's struggling with suicidal thoughts or anything, or if you are, you can call the Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. Or you can text TALK to 741-741, and that's 24 hours a day. So, you know, we all go through some tough times, so there's no shame in reaching out for help if you need it.
Look at you knowing.
I just saw like a post on
Oh,
IG
okay.
about it. So
All right.
Boom.
I didn't even really know. But yeah, so I mean that was kind of sad, but it's got to be talked about, right?
Not tonight, though.
That's tonight. So back to the 25th episode.
Wepa.
We're not going to go down that.
No.
that
Bring it back up.
rabbit
Bring it
hole.
back up. So we are talking today about what women want. Do we know what we want?
I don't fully know. I keep figuring it
It's
out,
going to be
though.
a good one. There's a bunch of women up in here.
Wesley's grabbing for the mic
Already?
She's
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
Jen kind of pushed it in her face, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
We know what we don't want.
We sure do. We did conduct a poll to ask what people want, what women want, and a lot of them said pretty much the same thing. So let's see. What do you want in your relationship, marriage? So attention was a big one. Patience. You know what? Let me read Jasmine's, because Jasmine, we loved yours. Yours was like our favorite. It says respect, freedom to grow and evolve, honest communication, and loyalty. Deep, right?
I mean,
Freedom.
that's the checklist.
Yeah, that's everything.
They don't come with all that.
My babe does.
Yeah.
Anthony does, right? You come with all that.
We don't know.
Oh.
Verdict's still out.
But the thing that I loved most about hers was freedom to grow and evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to be perfect, you know, when you get into your relationships. Neither is your partner. So it's like you got to have that space to allow yourself to grow and evolve. And hopefully you pick a person that's going to foster that in you. So that's a really good one. Communication. Keeping my love tank full, Michelle Alyssa said. Christina said loyalty, support, and love. Wait, what was the for?
The love tank?
You know, I wanted to ask you, Michelle, what is the love tank? What do you mean by the love tank? Keep that love tank full, though.
Bird.
I think I got an idea. Ariana said his
I'm mad
soul.
I didn't get that until you guys just explained it. I was like,
Wow.
oh, love tank, like that.
You didn't even get halfway through
I didn't
that
get
drink
not.
yet.
Yeah, well.
She's drinking a level 3. Oh, by the way.
I had another one upstairs.
Oh, that's
on the
true.
low.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
You
one
did?
That,
Yeah.
The one that was on the table.
Oh.
God.
And I
Oh,
said
so this
no,
is
Anthony's too. He got some straight
Dust.
shit.
This
What?
is number 2?
Yeah.
Why are we keeping count of what I'm doing? That's the question. What's happening right now?
We're all drinking painkillers. Everybody got a painkiller except for Jen. Jen got a Sprite, right?
Yeah. You had a shout out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
She's
Ain't
the
nothing wrong
sober
with
one. That's
The
good.
dry one.
Good
and
for
all-
you, Jen.
You want to
Good
drive
for
me
you.
home first? Thanks, boo.
that. Companionship. What exactly is companionship? Just like,
I see it as like a friendship.
what'd you say, Jess? That's what you get from a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She said that's what you get from a dog.
Damn.
It's not friendship. I mean, we want friendship with a side of D. No, I
With a
don't.
side of D.
We don't want. Oh shit.
Uh-oh,
All
Natasha.
right.
Oh,
We want friendship, but no friend zone stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta be clear with that, because if you're their friend,
You
if you're
gotta
their
get close.
friend, you want to be able to take it to the next level.
mm-hmm.
But if they're your friend, sometimes you just keep that man there as a friend,
Mm.
like a dog.
Like a dog. She just equated a male friend to a
You
dog.
saw that? You saw that?
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I know she does. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
When I think about companionship, I think about, a partner, like someone to share your life with. I think that sometimes people can be in relationships, whether it be long distance or here, but if you're both too busy to be together, then you're not really companions. Like, you come together every now and then, but you might share your lives separately. Like, you have your own things going on. So for me, companionship is someone that I'm actually sharing and spending my life with. It's how I think about it.
So it's kind of like a partnership too. Jen, what? What? Oh no, just passing the mic.
Hell
Just
no.
passing the mic.
She
What
throws
was
it
it?
at Wes.
Wes, you look
Wes
like you
ain't
wanna
even
say
had nothing
something.
to say. She throws it at Wes. You
Get to
gotta
the
put.
mic.
You gotta put it
Right up on your
there
mouth.
you
Yeah, put
go.
it up
Right
on your mouth. There
there.
you go.
Right up on there.
Companionship is
We know you.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
No, but I think companionship for me is just someone who I'm comfortable with. I don't think that everyone is comfortable with the person they're in a relationship with. Companionship could be where we can just sit in a room and never say a word for the evening, but still feel that person is there
Be
with me.
comfortable in their presence.
You're comfortable
Ah.
that silence is golden sometimes, and we're comfortable with that. Because, sometimes you feel like you have to fill the silence,
Right.
and you're just talking the talk.
Yeah.
But if we're in a companionship, I can just know that you're there without having to do anything about it, and it's just comfortable.
That's dope.
I
That is
try.
dope.
I hate you.
You said that some people are in a relationship with people they're not even really comfortable with. Like, why? Like, why would you be with somebody you don't even really like? Like,
Because society makes it feel like you have to be in a relationship.
society makes you feel like you have to be. So you think that the people who are uncomfortable with their mates are just pressured into it, and that's
Definitely.
why they're there and they're uncomfortable?
Definitely. I think people feel like, especially today, that you have to keep up with the Jones, and you have all the social medias and all the everything that you have to, everyone is social media flaunting, and this person is in a relationship. But if you check, some people change their relationships like they change underwear, and they call
That's
that
very-
relationships.
I mean,
But-
J-Lo kind of does that.
but I mean,
You raising your hand.
yeah, but are those really relationships?
I'm
though?
just kidding. No, those are getting to know yous.
He's
all
getting
it
to
is.
know you.
But there's
I got
nothing
to know
wrong-
quick, and I didn't like it.
Exactly, but there's nothing wrong with getting to know you.
That's
but
like
there
a
are people
trial
who-
run.
We tried.
But that's fine
Briefly.
too.
It's like the refund policy in 7 days.
30
You're
days, I
allowed-
gave it back.
You're allowed as many tries as you want, but there are people who go from meeting you to committed to we're engaged in the space of,
a couple of weeks, and then the next 2 weeks it's like, oh yeah, we're not together anymore. I think some people just feel that they have to be because everyone else is traveling with their booze and their,
But sometimes it starts out very fiery and you just put it out too fast. I feel like so we go head first and it's hot. And then we finally take a minute, get to know each other, and it's like, oh shit, nah.
Yeah,
this
that's
ain't
that
a
lust.
fit.
That's lust.
This ain't a
Yeah.
fit.
But that's not a relationship either.
That's lust.
That's just lust. And that's
Yeah,
normal.
but you don't realize it. Y'all be together for like a month. You lock it down. Second month, you're like, hold on.
But personally, for me, a month isn't a relationship. A month is getting to know you.
Yeah.
Oh, drop the mic,
Fact.
Westlin.
But still, you know when it's fiery, you be like, let's lock it down. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, that can't be the only thing, right? Westlin with the knowledge. All right. So my cousin Cecily, she said attention and and words of affirmation. I like that. Words of affirmation.
Say it again. Say the whole thing
She
again.
said attention and words of affirmation.
Okay.
So I guess just basically like, I don't know what you mean, Cec. What do you mean? I guess it's like
positive. Oh shit! Here we go.
encouragement.
Y'all should have really
But
sat next to each other.
why?
I know,
Why?
right?
Okay, no. So words of affirmation, that sounds like love language speak. If you guys have ever read the 5 love languages.
No.
And
Enlighten.
so basically that question that was asked, like, what do women want in relationships and friendships?
Yeah.
Everyone has a different love language. So some people need words of affirmation. Some people need gifts. Some people need
I did
physical.
read this. I did read this. It's an online thing.
physical touch. So my
I need physical touch. and
my
words of
love
affirmation.
languages are physical touch and quality time.
Right.
So,
yes.
I need to be with you, spending time with you, and I need to feel a physical connection.
Right.
That is important to me. And it's
Me
not
too.
just a sexual thing. It is affection, which ultimately does lead to sex.
I mean, call it what it is. Let's call it what it is.
Word.
But, everybody is different. So that words of affirmation is just, someone getting fed emotionally, but with words. Like, you're great. You can do it. Don't give up.
Yes.
I love you. I need you.
We want that.
That
We like it.
right.
We like
and I
it.
do think that we all want a version of everything, but there are 2 main themes that lead up for each person, and that varies from person to person.
I think it's like a quiz you could do too to see.
Both of you.
I did the online thing.
Yeah, that
the
sounds
online
good.
thing.
That sounds really good. I like the idea of
What,
love
Jennifer?
language. It's a whole book.
I tried.
I need the book on tape because I hate reading. It's terrible. Oh, it is? Oh, okay. All right. I'll check it out.
It's like 20 pages.
You read a lot.
I know.
Is that why
I
you don't?
skip, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's good homework for Cortnie and Bae, that you guys read it and then report back on what your love language is. Because whatever you have going is working. So clearly there's a love language that's speaking.
What's our love language, babe?
She said episode 30. We want to hear it.
Episode 30.
It might be episode
That's
50
the
as slow as I
homework.
read.
That's the homework. Girl, if it's a thin ass book, you better read it. I don't want to hear nothing about this. We could read it one day in a park and be done.
I'm slow.
Oh,
Whatever.
you ain't shit. Don't do that. Duh.
It's mean. Moving on. So I said patience, unconditional love, can learn from, communicates, and hears well, and compassionate.
And here's well.
Yeah, because it's one thing to be able to communicate well, but are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? That's very important. Very important. Unconditional love, I think, is very important because we are flawed people. So, like, you're not going to like every single thing about me. So, if you're able to love all of me, flaws and all, then, like, I think that's a great thing to have in your relationships. And Jessica, that's here with us, said consistency, support, and communication.
Consistency, Jessica.
Would you like to expand on that?
Oh.
Pass the
I didn't
mic.
answer that.
All I'm saying is you can't do one thing in the beginning of the relationship and then let that fade away.
Okay.
Because if that's
Okay.
what made me like you and fall in love with you, trust you, be comfortable with you, and that just disappears, what's gonna happen?
He's gonna go with it.
Yes, yes.
That's fair. That's
Preach on.
fair.
I mean, she should have repeated that. That was spot on. Guys, keep it up. Keep it up.
I like this guest stuff. I don't gotta talk so much.
Isn't it wonderful?
I'm here for this
It's
today.
lovely. Okay, did we say what you said, Westlyn, already? Oh, no. You said provider, sexual, emotional, spiritual,
Okay.
financial,
Hello.
social, etc.
Damn. Coño.
I think that sums it up nicely.
I'd say so.
Was there anything else?
For me, my partner has to be my provider. Because guess what? I'm your provider.
Amen.
If you need spiritual uplifting, I'm here for it. If you need financial uplifting, I'm here.
All right.
Sexual, emotional,
Oh,
all
Oh,
of it.
okay. Okay.
All right.
So
All
I
right.
think that I'm providing what you need. You now have to provide what I need. And it's not, you know, and providing all of those things, communication, you know, everything, you provide it. And I'm not saying that I have to be your only, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for, supporting, and you're providing to me, because guess what? You're getting it 190,000,000%.
that's right,
That's not
girl.
even a word. But, you know, I'm giving you all of that, so I want it all back, because I'm your confidant and your, you know, your biggest supporter, and
Right.
I'll be down there in the trenches with you, but then I'll be the person uplifting you as well.
Right.
So
And I think that's very important what you said about, like, I'm giving this to you, so I want you to give that back to me, too. Like, that's really important, that reciprocity, you know? I love that about you, babe.
Oh.
So you never want to feel like you're giving more than the other person in your relationship, you know? So, what is happening?
Jennifer did it first. I only repeated it.
Yell too much.
listen, there's nothing worse than a one-sided relationship.
Mm.
That's why relationships fail, because someone is one-sided, you know, and
Mhm.
I'm giving it out. I'm always going to give it out. So I expect you to be consistent and give it back, and giving me all of those things.
And let me clarify though, because there's things that happen in life. You're not always going to be able to really give your 100% of yourself to your partner. Like, you're going to be going through stuff, and you're going to be like down, and they're going to need to lift you up a little bit more than usual. And you're not going to be giving it back to them, and they're going to need to understand that, you know, this is just a temporary period you're going through. I'm here for you. I know you'll be there for me when I go through my stuff. So, you know, it waxes and wanes. So, you know, that was wonderful. I mean, are you guys free like every Friday? Like, can you come every Friday? I love having you guys here.
What's up?
It's awesome. Okay. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of what you want?
Oh,
No, you should have seen how quick she grabbed that mic. Wesley
Sasha
grabbed
was
the
like,
mic
if I was
with
close,
I'm just saying,
Almost pulled it off the deck.
after all, including all of that, today, I'm just looking for somebody mature. I mean, I find that, so many men today are so immature about the most basic things.
I mean, speak on it, sis, because
You got her started.
So immature. I'm just looking for someone who meets me where I am. I'm mature about things. I'm like, why can't we have adult discussions? We're not 21. I mean, I'm certainly not 21. But let's just be mature about it.
can we go out
What
to
if-
dinner and have this motherfucking conversation? I'm getting.
Yeah.
I mean, even if
How are they immature? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, please.
All right, man, corner.
Answer, give us an
Come for
example.
it, man, corner. Come for
we're
this.
He's
not,
like, I need proof.
Yo.
we're not tit for tat. You know, like we get into an argument. We're not looking to be, well, I got the last word. No, let's communicate. You know, we're not violent. You know, that's not immature.
Right.
That's just stupid. But even like, let's go out to dinner and converse calmly, or let's do adult
Conversate.
dating things. You know, we are past
What you say?
picking up a movie and going home. Can we
Right,
just
right.
not go to the dining movie theater?
Right.
You know, let's elevate our
Can
interaction.
we get
a
out
little
the
bit.
house?
Can we
period?
stop Netflix and chilling? Can we cut that
Exactly.
shit the fuck out?
That's only $10. You know, and I'm
A
not saying
month.
You see, I'm clearly getting. I'm gonna get out this one. I know.
Yours is free,
See?
Jessica.
And you know what? Maturity doesn't mean that you need to make a certain amount of money. But we're adults here. You know, you've had adult interactions. Let's behave like we are adults. You know, there are too many men that you're interacting with who can't even hold a simple conversation about just basic things. Can we just...
Yo, what?
Can you watch CNN sometimes? Your news can't always come from Facebook.
Yo,
Can we just...
I was having a conversation with my friend Megan about how crazy dating is right now. Like, we were like, yo, if we didn't have our husbands,
I
we
was
would
about
be
to say,
single.
none of y'all single. What y'all
I would be
conversating
single.
about? What do y'all know about this life?
No, from what we hear from you and like, you know, the other single people that we know, it's like, yo, it's rough.
The game is crazy right now.
It's rough.
It is rough.
I'll testify to it. It's rough.
What did you say?
I say, who you know? She was like, just you, girl. Exactly. My rough shit.
So wait, so is it like an age thing as well? Like, do you find like maybe if the guy is younger than 35, they're not mature enough?
No.
Yeah,
No.
Anthony,
It's not an age thing.
Anthony, wait, he said, is it just an age thing? Do you find that, what did you say?
Is it like, let's say you date someone who's older, or is it like they're 35 and they're still immature? Like, what is the...
No, you could be 50 and immature.
50 immature. So that's what you're finding as well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm 44. So technically,
You
my
are not.
dating age range is, you know, even up or down in the 40s. Hard to admit that it's 50, but it's in there. So it's...
I dated
Babe
someone
is
in
like,
their
"Hey."
upper 40s who
That's
was
not mature.
emotionally
Yes.
immature.
And that's what it is, Mel.
Just
It's
is.
emotional.
He was
Emotional
emotionally
immaturity is
immature,
real.
and he was 40. We're not gonna do that. But he was upper 40s, and he was emotionally immature, and it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, we're
Yeah, that's
doing
a
this.
big problem.
And that's exactly what it
We're
is. Because
closed off and not ready at this age.
Right.
Right.
Oh.
And you know what? There are plenty of people. You have the maturity. You hold it down on your own. You know, you pay your bills. You have a career, and you're, you know, on paper financially established and all of that. But that doesn't make you mature. That doesn't make you emotionally ready to, you know, to present to someone and be in a relationship with someone because you are just immature about things.
Drops the mic again.
You good? Okay.
Being polite. I just want you to be polite, you know? I mean, you are. I think that's really important. Like, I feel like sometimes when people get into relationships, they just lose all, like, manners. And it's like, say thank you. Say please. I appreciate you. You know? Like, those little things. What?
Open the car door.
Open the car door.
That don't exist anymore. It's
Nah,
very
I
rare
still
when
do
it
it. I still
happens.
do it.
It's happened before, but it's like rare, and it definitely dies out.
And some of that politeness would be part of your love language of words of affection, you know. Of
When you
saying
speak, you
thank
gotta pick that mic up, girl.
Sorry.
Put it up to your
Yeah,
mouth.
but that love language of
Y'all love saying
You don't
that.
got that shit.
He said put it up to your mouth. What were you going to say, Wes?
put it in your mouth.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
Shit. Oh shit. Don't go any further.
Don't get us started.
Well, from a married woman's perspective, Jen, another married woman in the house, you could back me up on this.
You're not even on camera.
Sometimes-
Stop being shook. Nobody sees
As
you
a
right
married
now.
woman with kids, like sometimes we want you to take the kids out and just, you know, disappear for a little bit. Give us
Amen.
a little, you know, me time, right?
Yes. Please take them away.
And you got 2 kids, so, you know, it gets rough. Sometimes you just need a little time by yourself. And
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that we don't want to spend time with you. It just means that we just need a little, you know, just a break.
Everybody
every
needs
now
some
and
Jen's like, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
spend time with you.
Just like, get out of here.
All y'all just go.
Get out of here.
She's not going to talk on this mic. It's just
She's so not.
She's
That's the
struggling.
most that we got. Take them away. That's all we got.
She say amen.
How
It don't
about
sound that bad.
be spontaneous? I like spontaneity. Like just let's
think
go
you do that
somewhere
type.
out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
let's take a trip or something.
Oh Lord.
I like that.
Who put the mic like next to West though? Like who
You
did
know she would have
that?
grabbed it wherever it was. I so love this.
I guess
so love
it's my
this.
turn now. So, I want to backtrack a little because when you asked Jen about being a married woman, I wanted to just point out that what women want, it evolves. It changes over time. Naturally, we have things that we need emotionally, but I think that as life changes and as the situations in our lives change, we need and want different things.
Yeah.
With that said, I not only think about what I want in terms of what I'm looking for from the man that I want to spend my life with, but I also think about what I want for my career, what I want for my
Right.
friendships. What kind of daughter do I want to be? What kind of sister do I want to be? What kind of friend do I want to be? And what do I need from those relationships as well? So I think that it's important that we look at ourselves holistically and not just about what we want from the opposite sex, but what we need for ourselves to feel whole. And a lot of that starts with us. A lot of that starts with what we're willing to provide for ourselves. And I think
Right.
that I hope that once we start looking at it from that perspective, that everything else kind of just falls into place. And we're not looking for it so much externally as we are looking for it internally and building ourselves up in the places that we need building, because we all do. But I think once we start doing that work is when the universe, aka God,
Yes.
or whatever you believe in, gives you exactly what you need.
100% and very well said, Natasha. That's such a great point, because it's like it really is the law of attraction. Like when you start, like everybody focuses on what they want and they don't turn around and look at themselves and think about like what is it that I need to do in order to attract that type of person or whatever it is that I want in my life. Like what work do I need to do? Like you were saying, it's so true. Like the moment that I did that in my life is when everything started to change for me, you know? And it's work that we all should be doing. It's important work to do, you know? So that's a great, I love that you said that, Natasha. It's so true.
So that brings me back to the question you asked on IG once. What do you want in a relationship? And one of the things I responded was knowing what you bring to the table. And that's part of what you were saying. Know who you are. I'm a good friend. I'm a good supporter. I'm a good lover, etc.
Yes. Very good point. Very good point.
No, but regarding what Natasha said, and that's why vision boards are great, you know, because you can spell it out. We've been trying to have a vision board party forever.
Yo,
I know we
like
talked
2
about that
years,
forever.
right?
We never did it. You do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Vision board party on the
Vision
way.
Especially with the
We
New Year
said that like
coming
2
up.
years ago.
I know. Well, we gonna make it happen now.
At least we can do it at the end of the year, beginning of 2020.
Yes. But, you know, if you
Well, there
spell
it
it out, when you say you put it out there, you spell it out. You put it on a vision board, and you're able to put, aside from your aspirations and hopes, and you're putting your hopes and dreams, and, you know, and you're also working on you. So that's a good way of laying it out. You know, some people journal, and some people, you know, talk, but a vision board might be a nice, because it's visual. You see it, and you can reference it.
Yeah. It's almost like a visual journal, I feel like, in a way. But yeah, it's so true. That's what I did. I wrote down everything I wrote.
Coming.
2020 is coming. Vision board for 2020.
Vision
All
board for
right.
2020.
We gonna
Let's
do it.
get it. Let's get it.
We're gonna do it.
Let's
We're gonna do
get
it at her
it.
house. We're going to Natasha's house.
How about like compliments? Like tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me I'm wonderful. Does that fall under the affirmations?
Yeah.
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 Okay then. But we got to make sure we're doing it too for our partners.
Word, yo.
We got to do it. Like, you look good, boo.
Oh.
So
You were so excited about that.
yes, no, because when you said we have to make sure that we're doing it for our partners, that's true. But I also think that we have to recognize that our partners might have a different love language from us. So we might be here telling them how handsome and attractive they are, but they don't need that. They need for you to give them a massage or to have dinner ready. You know, like just
Or support them.
or support them in whatever ways that they need support. But I think that where I have failed personally in relationships was that I was providing the things that I needed, feeling like that's what they needed, but that wasn't what they needed.
Yeah.
They needed something different.
Yeah.
So I think that that's important also.
Yes, very true, Natasha. And that's why you got to really take the time to get to know the people that you're with, because then you'll understand what they need aside from what you need, you know?
That's why 1 month is not a relationship.
Facts. Facts.
Bam.
Yes. Yeah, and keep dating. Like, if you're in a long-term relationship, like, keep dating your partner. Keep the, you know, the spark going and stuff. Don't just, like, fall into... It's easy to fall into routines, you know? But keep it going.
Definitely.
Good God, girl. Good God.
I love it. I'm glad you keep coming in, Wes. I love it.
But you know what, too? Aside from falling into the routine, it's that, you know, one of the biggest things I've always said is that I learned after, you know, my long-term relationship was that you forget about you and what's important to you and wanting to say that, you know, we're evolving and how am I evolving? And, you know, you're just like, wait, I forgot about me because you were so focused on that family you've created or that relationship you've created. But you still have to have you time so that you can continue to see what you want and continue to evaluate what your needs are so that you can still be that provider for your partner.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Well, I think we have exhausted the what we want, right? We want a lot, right, ladies? We want a lot. But men do too, right?
Sounded
Y'all
pretty
want a lot.
basic. It didn't sound like that much. It's a basic requirement. Anyway,
I was going to
Same
chime
thing
in
for
with something.
Where are you?
What I was going to say was when you first posed the question, what do we want? And I was thinking, I want it all. But as I've matured, I realized that having it all at once is virtually impossible. I think that we can have some now, a little bit more later, and hopefully a little bit more after that.
Yeah.
But we can't have it all right now. Like, I can't be every woman.
Right.
It is not possible. And I think the more that I mature, the more that I accept that. And even, like, I have a great career, which I love, but I know that once I start a family, the career is not going to be as much of a priority in my life as my family is going to be. So it's going to shift. And I'm mentally preparing myself for that shift. But it has led me to realize, and even just talking with friends and other family members, that it's not possible for us to have it all in one shot at the same time when we want it right now.
Right.
We have to be patient and recognize that life changes, things shifts, and priorities change.
Right.
And so just be patient. Is what I'll
Amen,
say.
girl. Amen. And also too, like when you're able to build with someone, like build together, like I feel like you create a stronger bond with that person when you build together. So that's cool.
I was going to say, when you have it all, that's when that 1 month comes in, right?
Yeah.
So fiery, and everything is amazing, and then it just disappears. You can't have it all at once. Like she said,
It's fleeting. You think you got it all, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're gone.
It's an illusion. It's an illusion. I love it. Thank you so much, ladies. That
this
was
is
all
great.
Yo, right?
I'm chilling today. I be here having to reflect on my life. Like, shit, I did another bad thing this week, and I'm getting a break.
Yo, I had to
I'll talk next
apologize to
week.
her because I was like, we've been going in on you for the last couple weeks. Like,
For 24 episodes. And so this 25th is a nice
we
break.
love and appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Almost like this is your virtual journal, though.
Yeah.
This is beyond therapy because I have to be accountable for every stupid thing I do because eventually I'm going to tell on myself, but she going to tell on me. And so, my
But we
fuck
love
ups
you.
are shorter. They're less and less. Shorter periods of fuck ups.
See, you learning. You learning.
But it's real. It's real. You
working.
represent every woman.
I can sit with it today. We good.
You are every woman. All right. So the other poll that we did was: is it okay to still be friends with your ex
No.
after
Oh,
you
God,
get
Wes
into a
been
new
waiting for this one.
relationship?
one.
Wes been with this one.
Listen. 59% said yes. 41% said no.
Wow.
Y'all know where I stand. I'm
Courtney's
on
a
the
hell
no.
no.
The
Courtney's a
hell
hell
no.
Suelta.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just preparing.
What's your take?
All right.
Mm.
There's rules to this. There's rules to it. I don't know how comfortable. What you said?
Anthony
What
said I could do it if you can. What? Is that what you said? Oh, but you can't.
I
I
used
don't
to be
hear-
like that.
I don't
No, I
hear
used to be
no,
like that, but I'm not like that. I'm Chop City over here. We'll chop it all off. What were we talking about?
You lost it already?
What are the rules?
What is your?
What are the rules?
Okay. I'm uncomfortable if you guys have slept together. So I need to know if you
Yes.
did sleep together. I need to know, like, how long ago was this? What type of friendship do you have now? It makes me uncomfortable. If you're genuinely friends, what you said? What did he say?
Did
What
you
do you say?
enjoy it?
Did you enjoy
Did
it?
you put it down?
So wait, does it make a difference if they didn't enjoy
Hell
it?
yeah.
Really?
You know what? That's a good point because it could have been crappy sex, and then what's the point?
Then you're like, oh, I'm safe. That's not gonna happen
You ain't got
again.
a shot in hell.
I don't know if I'm gonna ask this man if it was good.
Well, yeah.
I don't care.
Bro.
You gonna lie to me? I would be the smart person to be like, that shit was trash.
Nah.
I'm not gonna tell you, that was
Nah.
good, but that's just my friend
You-
now.
you
Who's
can't
hide
doing
that.
that? Who's
sorry.
being that real?
You
If
can't
parts
hide that.
came in
Nobody's
contact,
gonna
good
be
or
that
bad,
real.
it's not happening
You
for
can't
me.
hide that.
Nobody's
You
gonna be
can't
that
hide
real.
that.
So I got a problem with that.
If it was good, you can't hide that.
You are so stupid. So if you guys are actually friends and like I can tell the dynamic and we all get together and I'm not feeling a weird vibe and it's cool, then I will be okay with it. I mean, don't be texting my man in midnight. We gonna have a whole problem. But there's
Even if they
rules
slept
to
together?
this. Nah, I'm not comfortable with that
not
shit.
at
I'm
all.
not comfortable with that shit.
No.
Just gonna keep it real. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not
disagree.
comfortable with it. Well, I'm sure you do.
Girl.
I think as two mature people, we can be friends. And yes, there are rules to it. But that doesn't mean that because we've slept together, we cannot still be friendly with each other.
What?
So what? We slept together.
Well, Anthony agrees with that because he has a friend, right, that you slept with. Yeah. So
I mean, because my thing is,
I remember that.
happen?
I remember that from the last podcast we had with him.
You don't remember the Inquisition?
I was like, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
no.
Oh my God.
I just think that,
can't.
who am I to ask you, someone I just met, that you should dismiss a friendship that you've had for how many years before I came into the picture? Why? Because what? I'm uncomfortable or I'm insecure about it?
Yes.
As long as you're respectful.
100%.
No, because guess what? I can't tell you. You certainly can't tell me that I should get rid of a friend. There is no. You're not doing that. As long as the two people are respectful with each other. Yes, you're not calling at 3:00 in the morning.
All right, can I ask you a question? And I'm not gonna throw your business or names out there, but you got a friend, okay?
Yes.
So now you get a new man, and he's uncomfortable with that. You gonna tell this dude nah, and you gonna keep that guy? Cause that's an inappropriate situation. So how you moving? How you doing that?
If you're putting me in a position to have to choose, then I'm losing the new person.
That don't make sense to me.
See, because
That don't make no sense to me.
For someone, because as far as I'm concerned, a relationship isn't a month. A relationship isn't 2 months.
But who
So-
said he's asking you that early on? What if now y'all been together for like a year and he's like, yo, hold on, now
Like, I
that we
feel
serious,
uncomfortable.
I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So how you?
But at this point, a year in, you'll recognize that our friendship is just that, and it's not crossing any boundaries. It's not disrespectful. Because if we're friends, right, and he's calling me privately, oh, let's meet up, or whatever, that's uncomfortable. But if we check in on each other, we check up, we might even have coffee once every so often.
But you know what? That's
he's
your
aware of
perception
it,
from
and he
your
knows
side of it. But if he's perceiving it as something different and he feels uncomfortable about it,
What if he's
Then
catching
that's-
a
Talk about
vibe?
it.
What if he's catching a vibe?
There's no vibe to catch. If we're
From
together,
your
we're
perception.
together.
from your
From
perception,
your point of
Then
view.
he's insecure.
Or he catches a vibe.
Maybe.
Or he's
Because
insecure.
y'all
Listen,
probably got a vibe.
I've had relationships where he was still friends with his ex-girlfriends. I had no problems with that. You know what? Because when she called, she was completely respectful. She's like, hey, well, tell Wesley I said hello. How are you doing? That's fine. There was nothing sinister about it. I didn't wonder about it. That was my ex-girlfriend.
you didn't catch a vibe.
Right, because there's no vibe to catch.
Mm-hmm.
Same way. Now, if there was a vibe to catch, then certainly we shouldn't be in the relationship because I am, but I'm not saying that you can't make me choose something. You can't.
Vibe or no vibe, I'm not with it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Just,
You know
I'm
what R.
not
Kelly said
buying
about
all of it.
vibes?
You know, I came into tonight thinking that I was going to think one way, and now I kind of realize that I think a different way. So it is definitely circumstantial. I do think it's possible for men and women to remain friends. So I was on the side of, I don't want my man to be friends with his ex. I don't. How are we defining friendship? How often are we seeing each other, speaking to each other, hanging out with each other?
Yeah, there's a lot.
If it's just a couple times a year, check in on the phone. Hey, what's up? How you doing? All's well in your world? Good. Glad to hear that. Likewise. All right. Talk to you later. That's all right with
I don't
me.
understand the purpose of that.
Me either.
But that's
But I
not mine
hear
to
you.
understand.
But I
That's,
hear you.
that's a connection that he had with someone else for many years. I'm speaking for myself too. Like, I was in a relationship with a guy for many years. We don't want anything to do with each other romantically, but we care about how the other person is doing. So every now and then, it's a phone
Y'all
call.
not Facebook friends?
I'm not on Facebook. So birthdays, holidays, hey, happy birthday. Hope you're having a good day. How's your family? That kind of thing. But that's it. It's very surface, very harmless.
I just don't see the point.
Me either.
Okay. But so here's the
Maybe
thing.
it's just me because I don't
Weston-
really care about how
Weston
people
did
are doing.
the,
We dated, my guy is
well,
over. I don't really
wait.
give a shit how
That
you
talks
doing.
about the quality of the relationships that
Call
you've
it
had,
what it
though.
is.
I think the other thing too is that I've been in a relationship where the guy that I was seeing was clearly amicable and cool with his ex-wife. They didn't run each other through the courts. He takes care of things. She takes care of
They
things.
have children together.
Children together.
Okay.
That's
Good
different.
That's
relationship,
different.
Children
understanding.
together is different.
Okay. He also had a female friend that he did not have any romantic involvement with. But I did not meet this woman until like 6 months into our relationship. And even then, in the back of my mind, I'm like, should I be concerned about this or not? Because I know that, they would do certain things together. Like, they would take their kids to church together. They would do other little, like, family outing type things together. But I still hadn't met this woman. But I said, you know what, Natasha? Don't trip. Check it out. Meet this woman. See how she interacts with you. See how she interacts with him. And she ended up becoming a friend of mine also. I mean,
But I feel like that's
That's
different
happened
because
for me
there's
before.
no romantic relationship.
sure. Sure.
But that's where I have the problem mostly is if y'all like had sex, if y'all liked each other at any point, I have a problem. Because I feel like, yeah, it's possible for men and women to be friends, but then I also feel like one of them is going to end up re-catching feelings or something at some point.
It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, I
Weston's
think
face.
that you have to
There's
give
an
it a
attraction,
chance.
though. There's
I think that we have to
we slept together.
see how things play out. Somebody being called out. We have to see how things play out and not rush to, I don't like this. I'm not messing with this. You got to cut her off. I think that's how I felt when I was less mature. But as I've become more mature, it's like, all right, Natasha, give it a chance. See how things play out. You might be tripping. You might not. But you can't rush to Nah, if you gonna mess with me, you gotta cut that off.
It's all to me about the vibe. If you could bring this woman around me and I'm not feeling of certain energy about y'all and your interaction, then I
guess
can
I'm
be
immature
okay
then.
with it because I've had that. But then I also dated someone who don't even want to answer the phone. That's just the homegirl. She's calling 18 times. We got a whole problem.
Yeah, but that's
We got a whole problem.
That's a lot.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So there's like different.
Yeah,
It's just
there's
different
different
waves
levels
of
and
it.
stuff
You
to
know what
it,
I'm saying?
yeah.
No, but that particular situation
So
is he was already a fuckboy. You already knew that, you know? Like there was no
we learned that definitely.
Yeah, but he wasn't someone that you were saying that I want to seriously consider a relationship. You knew what the vibe was. But when you say you're feeling the vibe, what's the vibe? Because two people can be really friendly, really amicable, really cool with each
No,
other.
you could be cool. You can tell the difference between two people that are cool and someone who's a little extra flirty and kind of weird
Yeah.
towards you. There's
Yeah.
an energy about it.
Mm-hmm.
If
But
you
the
don't,
thing is-
you should be able to feel that.
Right, but
Yeah.
the thing is, just because we're friendly and flirty, because if he's friendly and flirty with me, then he's friendly and flirty with other females. You know, so it's like you have to decipher what's going on here. And especially for someone who've had years of a friendship, I just feel like who am I to come in and tell you that you have to get rid of that person? Because you can't tell me that.
But I feel like you don't necessarily have to get rid of people, but you do have to reevaluate the boundaries of your relationship when you get into another relationship.
Right, and
You
that
know, like-
boundaries is respectful.
Right.
Because, like, for example, I have another guy friend who, I don't know what he wanted for years, but he certainly wanted things that I didn't want, you know? And
What does that mean?
he wanted to have sex on more than one occasion.
Okay.
We didn't have sex.
Mhm.
We fooled around, but we didn't have sex.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm stubborn. But anyway, so we spoke on a regular basis. We spoke all the time. And then we had lost touch for several years, and then we got back in touch with each other. We spoke on a regular
Someone
basis.
got in a relationship and then came out and came back.
No, I think we just kind of lost
That's
touch.
usually how they go.
No, we just lost touch.
That's how I lose touch and then I come back when it's done.
No, you know
Hey,
what?
how you been?
That's
We
true.
all got those. It sounds like that's
no.
what it is.
You know what it is? Like, I've moved several states. My phone number is always the same, but some people change phone numbers all the time. You know, your phone blows up, you lose contacts, whatever the case is. But anyway, we got back in touch with each other, and then we spoke
How?
regularly. And most of the conversations eventually always came back to why we can't get back together, or not get back together. Why we never got together, right? At some point during that time, he started seeing someone. I knew he was seeing her, you know, and we used to speak every single day. They got married. I knew they got married, and we still spoke every day. But when his wife called,
Every day.
his wife knew who I was. I knew who she was.
She knew he wanted to fuck with you,
She knew who
and
I
you
was.
said no.
I knew
It's
who
what she knew.
was. Yes, and
She ain't know that
if
shit.
she no, but listen though, but I'm just
Story
saying.
sound fluffed as fuck.
No, because he told it. You know, he was hurt really badly in the past, so he's very much telling you his business. Anyway, once they got they had a long distance relationship for a while, but then once they got to the same state, I knew that I had to be respectful. And we both kind of gradually sort of pulled away.
Wait,
just
Tom.
because we
Wait,
could still
what was
speak.
same state? I'm lost.
They were in a long distance relationship for a while.
They got married and were in a long distance
And then
relationship.
eventually they moved to
And
each other.
y'all were talking every
We
day?
still spoke. If she called while we were on the phone, he's like, "My what's her name is on the phone. I gotta go." I was like, "Okay, tell her I said hi," and we left, and that was it. So, but once they got into the same space, I was respectful. I didn't call him as much. He didn't call me as much. Guess what? We hooked up many years ago. We've never hooked up again since. Never, because it doesn't make a difference. To me,
Inappropriate relationship.
So you would be fine as the wife in that situation.
That's the
You cool
cheetah.
with that?
They're friends. Like
That sounds so ridiculous.
That's the
Yo,
cheetah.
I'm fine with it.
That's
Because
that
guess
bench
what?
shit. That hopeful bench shit.
She was respectful to who I was respectful to her, and she knew my respect.
In your
you know.
face, behind your back, she was like, "I'm gonna kill this chick."
But she didn't tell
Because
him
y'all were
to
too
get
far
rid of
away.
it.
That's what.
No, but she didn't tell him we had to stop our friendship. She knew he was on the phone with me. She never said to him, "You can't talk to her." She never did.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, does she know that we speak? Does she know who I am? He said yes. And she never said that to him. I spoke to her on the phone, and she never said anything about it.
I guarantee you, she didn't know you was talking on her man every single day of the
Word.
week.
You.
It just sounds Wes. I'm sorry.
I'm
not
saying
hearing
that
nothing
people
you're saying.
are different. I think people are different, and you have to see
People
what
are
works for
different,
you.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I'm saying about it. Because you don't like it, but I don't. To me, I'm not gonna ask you to choose. You can't tell me, and I'm not gonna ask you to choose. If I catch the vibe, especially that early on, then okay, maybe you guys have unfinished business, and we shouldn't be together. That's just how I see it.
So
I don't
you're
feel
gonna bow out.
Yeah, you guys do what you do, especially 2, 3, 4 months in. And if you're saying it takes a year for us to meet, why is it taking me a year for me to meet someone that's that important to you? Because it's just
why
you know?
is your ex that important to you?
Facts
That's
are
what I don't
facts.
understand.
That's what I don't understand.
Because then why didn't you stay in the relationship?
Because we just didn't work together in the relationship.
Why is your ex that important to you?
The letter says something. X.
Maybe you realize that you're not going in the same direction. You're on different levels. You don't have what I need right now. I don't have what you
Right
need
now?
right now.
Why are you saying right now?
Maybe ever.
So we want to possibly leave the door open? Is that what this is?
That's
Maybe
what I
if
feel like it is.
because
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day,
Future,
if
you never know.
my shit is if we don't work,
That's
we don't
that you
work.
never
Bye.
know.
I don't know exactly. That's that bench.
Yo.
But
That's
you
that
can still
bench.
have a respectful relationship where you don't cross
For how
boundaries.
long?
However
Until
long you
someone's
decide.
drunk and lonely.
And if it comes to that, then you realize that relationship can no longer be there, and you have to be mature and cut it off.
So why
Without
didn't you cut it off
without
in the
somebody telling
But
you
see,
to do so.
I think this is why I have a hard time with it because I'm a black and white person. Like
You are
once
hella
we're
black
done,
and white, though.
we're done.
beginning?
You know what I'm
Hella black
saying?
and
And
white.
he's very black and white too, right, babe? Like, so I don't see the need to have that like in between, like hovering. Like
I've become more and more black and white.
Yeah, you're right. That's the way
But
that
that's
we
'cause-
see it. That's the way we operate. So
I feel like I'm a disgruntled dater. You know what I'm saying? like it's like when we done,
I
I'll
was
be
gonna
like,
touch on
That's
that.
a
yo,
new
that's
one.
this
T-shirt.
That's a
guy.
new one.
gonna be a
Bye,
T-shirt.
bitch.
That's it.
And it should be a shirt. Get that.
Write
Get
that
that.
shit
In
down.
these colors. But yes, so when we done, I'm so ready for you to go. Like I don't need to see or speak to you again. Bye, guy. I can't do this friend
That's what
shit
I'm
no more.
saying.
I'm over
Bye,
this
guy.
friend stuff.
That's what
I
I'm
got
saying.
homegirls that fill my time. I barely got time for them. I can't squeeze you in. Personal opinion.
So, there are rules.
You know?
But the rules are determined by the people involved. And I also think that there is appropriate and inappropriate, but there's also how much trust are we having in the person that we've chosen? I want to find myself in a situation where, by and large, I'm never going to say 100% on anything, but at least like 99.9%, I want to be able to turn my back and know that that person is going to do the right thing. Even
Right.
if it gets a little murky, they're still going to make the right decision, the right call without me having to tell them, this is how you're supposed to move.
But murky, why would you put yourself in a murky situation?
Life is murky. Life is not. Life
No,
is
she's
not.
just saying like if situations happen in life and
Yeah.
y'all are going through turmoil, that he's not gonna then go and, you know.
I do think that.
I'm sorry.
No.
It doesn't even have to be turmoil. It doesn't even
Y'all
have to be
should've sat next
turmoil.
to each
It could just simply be that, he's
Jennifer,
out
switch on.
somewhere, someone's birthday, and someone approaches him. There's no turmoil. He's happy at home, but it's a murky situation. And you know that your guy, and you trust him enough that he will say no thank you or get away from you.
Nah, I'm
whatever
talking
the
about
case
though
is.
when y'all are beefing. Like me personally, I was talking about like if you guys are like in a bad space together, y'all are fighting. It's not really that great at home right now. I still need to know that you're not gonna take that and make an excuse and go.
Yeah, but he could take that and make an excuse to someone he just met. If he's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat regardless of who it is.
Of course, but you still want to feel very comfortable with that partner.
Yeah, but if he's
and
cheating,
know.
he's cheating. It doesn't matter.
I understand that. What I'm telling you is to feel comfortable enough to know if y'all beefing is good.
But she's
Damn you,
right.
Wes.
No,
Turn her mic off over there.
no. She's right. I feel like if you're with a man of low character, then honestly, no matter what you say or do, he's going to create a situation where if you want to do dirt, he's going to do dirt. But if you with someone that you love and respect, and you feel like he loves and respects you, and you're on the same page with things, you know that temptation will come. Temptation comes your way all the time as well. But you have to have some faith and trust that they're going to do the right thing in your presence and in your absence. You have to have that level of faith. You know, something that you can talk about, and I think that you negotiate in a long-term situation. Like, how would you act with this, or how would you act with that? And you can share your expectation. But at the end of the day, I think it boils down to making a good choice in the person that you're going to be with.
Absolutely.
And knowing that they're going to honor you, honor your relationship, and honor themselves if you're together or not, in good times and in bad times.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Y'all really should have sat next to each other.
I keep telling Jennifer to switch seats with Wes.
Everything you said, clap, clap, clap. But also, you're worried about the person he slept with before. If you're that worried, you should also be worried about the person he hasn't slept with, because that can easily cross the line.
Yeah, but I feel like the probability is higher if he's still friends with this chick. If he's still hanging out with chick, like.
But if he's of a questionable character, the probability is always there.
Yeah,
and it
absolutely.
Could be at any time.
Absolutely.
So it's it that he can't be friends with someone he slept with, or he just can't ever have female friends. And again, I'm not your mother. I'm not telling you how to act. You do what you do. When you cross the line, it's up to me to decide what I can live with and what I can't. And if I can't live with the fact that you are acting inappropriate with someone of the opposite sex, then guess what? I know where I have to go, and that would be to leave you. But I'm not asking you to choose between me and someone that you've been friends with for how many years. I just came into the picture. Why am I telling you to choose? Because it's always you. Just like how I don't ask you where you're going. I think we're mutual and we're in a good relationship that you share with me and I share with you. You know, but I'm not here to mother you. So that's just my take on it. You could be friends with who you want to be, as long as it's respectful
and appropriate. I agree with that.
And my last point on it, she said something that triggered something in me. So I strongly believe that in dating, right, I'm getting to know you, you're getting to know me. There are going to be things about you that I like and that I want to rock with, and things I don't. The decision is mine.
Right.
Whether or not to deal with it or not. And it's not, I'm going to force you to do things my way. It's, oh, this is the way you live your life. It's not for me. Nice meeting you. I'm out the door.
Yeah.
I don't think we can impose our will on anyone.
Nope.
On anyone. I think that we're going to either accept the people as they are, or they just know some men are willing to just straight up say, oh, I'm not friends, and lie and clean it up and shield you from it so that you never know about it.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't want that kind of person either. I want to be in an open, honest situation. So either I'm going to accept it or I'm not going to accept it.
We got to let the audience know that they're on opposite sides.
So the three people in between
the mic down the road.
Jennifer, switch with her.
They keep saying no, it's fine, but they're going to keep going back and forth. We should have 2 mics.
You know?
And on that note, it's also, I think this is where people fail, and this is why people fail in relationships, is that they're not forthcoming.
Exactly.
Tell me what it is, and let me decide what I want to live with. Be forthcoming. You know, if you know that you have this long-term friend that you have no intentions of getting rid of, simply, I come with a friend, or 2, or 3. Whatever your friendship is, you know?
That's
I'm glad you know that.
Agree.
I come
you
with
know
a
what?
bench. Yeah.
But and yes, we're talking about women, but you might have that one guy friend that, you know what, I don't want to put up with either. But whoever it is, you come as a package with certain people, and let me know that what it is, so that I can be clear about it, so that I can decide, is this something I want to pursue, before I get all involved and then feelings get involved and then I get mad because you're saying I'm going to go meet her for drinks and I'm like, who the hell is this bitch, and da-da-da, you know? Be forthcoming. Not enough people are forthcoming in the beginning with what they have going on, you know? So that will certainly make things a lot easier.
Do you know? Do you know that how many fights I got into because I brought Dwayne with me? Yeah, I was like, that's my friend. He ain't going nowhere, and it was a fight. It was a fight here and there. Nah, he was a whole nother level of stuff, but I was just like, yo, but I never slept with the guy. We're friends, right? How does this count against me?
And who did you choose?
You know?
Yeah, but that's different because he didn't have.
Yeah, she
anything
didn't.
with
She
him,
was never
though.
with him.
I
She was
wasn't-
never
yeah,
dating.
yeah.
But it still goes back to you could be sexual or never sexual. The fact is you have someone of the opposite sex that I'm not comfortable with. Are you going to choose? Because they may not know you've never slept together. They may think you're lying and say you never slept together, but they got that vibe.
I chose.
You chose.
I kept him. Then I tried to throw him away later. I was mad at him. I kept him. I kept him.
You were choosing. You're like, you know
I was
what?
like, I'm not gonna do this because I had. All right, so we had gotten into it, and I had two friends, but one I had slept with in the past. Now we were just friends, but I say, you know what? I get it. I chopped him. He was chopped. I said, but I'm not chopping the one I ain't fuck with. That's my real friend.
But the one you
That's
chopped,
a real friend.
but the one you chopped, yes, you slept together, but you also chopped him because it wasn't right for you.
Yeah, I knew deep down
wasn't more- it was-
he would still, you know.
Right, it wasn't right for you, so that's why you chopped him.
I get it.
You,
Even though there's still people out here still friends with people who they know would still chop it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think in the man corner?
You know?
Are you cool with exes as friends?
Go ahead and get on the mic. Chris ain't got no friends, girl. Chris ain't got no homegirls. we ain't in that space. Oh, babe. Damn it. My bad. Do it every time.
You know, I think it's gonna depend.
No, you gotta get on the
way
mic.
closer. Way go.
You gotta get on it.
All the way up on
Put
it.
your mouth
Put it
to
to
it.
your mouth.
No, I think it's gonna depend.
Even
on
closer.
How
Yeah.
long you know
There
the
you go.
person.
There it is.
Because in my situation, I know the person since I'm 19. So we dated for a few years, but we were 19. You know, she was there for me for a lot with family stuff. So yeah, do we keep in touch? However, I've been in situations where the other person wasn't cool with it. I cut the friend.
Okay.
Because the relationship was first.
There it is.
And
Right.
then when the relationship didn't work out, and you hang out with the friend, they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" They get it because they know.
They understand.
They get it. Exactly.
So I think, again, the person has to be secure. Now, if you're going out for drinks with the person, not bringing the new boyfriend, the new girlfriend, that looks shady. I
Yeah.
had someone I dated and they never invited me out. To me, that's shady.
Yeah. I
You know?
agree.
So it really depends on each situation. But yeah, the friend goes.
And you
Because
made an
relationships
important point too. You said that your relationship was the priority.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens even in like regular friendships. Like if your friends like oh my god, I can't even talk. If you have a girlfriend and you're like really close with them and you hang out all the time and then you get a boyfriend, the friend is going to understand that, like, look, we're not going to spend as much time as we used to together. Like, your friendship changes just a little bit. So the
Probably a
same would
lot.
go. Yeah. The same would go because that relationship becomes a priority. So the same would go for like an ex situation. But I'm trying, but I
the
just
change
can't.
in friendship.
You ain't trying, girl. He's that's done. He ain't coming with nothing. That's just going with the wind.
Yeah, but you
Everybody
wouldn't-
got new numbers, new houses. he's done.
But you wouldn't even.
You won.
Would you be comfortable with me being friends with my ex? Like, you would. He said no, he wouldn't.
Well, there it is. Same page. I'm here
Oh,
for it.
it's like
But it works
Weston
for you
said.
guys. It
That's
works
what we're.
for you
That's
guys.
our love
It's gonna work with
language.
me and my future man too.
But I think a change in relationship is
Bitch.
different from saying that you have to choose. You know, your relationship will change. We don't have to speak as often. We never have to hang out. You know, we check in every so often. Happy birthday, happy holidays, whatever the case. It's changed.
Get a
But you
Facebook
didn't
page.
you didn't
my
I'm
feed.
your friend, and I find, and you tell me that I can't be friends with you because my boyfriend doesn't like it. When it doesn't work out, I'm not open to accepting you back after what? I'm not second fiddle. You're not gonna come back
So
afterwards.
you want to
and
be
just
first fiddle?
No,
I'll
no,
take
no.
you
I
back.
don't want to be first fiddle at all. I'm not saying about being first fiddle. But what I'm saying is that
Oh my.
you're not choosing.
Oh my.
No, it's not first fiddle. First fiddle would be, why aren't you calling me? No, you do your thing. We're amicable. We're texting happy birthday, happy holidays, whatever the case is. We're not going out and having dinner every week.
But you wouldn't respect that person wanting to respect their partner and respect their feelings.
Respecting your feelings is not saying that I can't ever speak to you again. Respecting your feelings is saying, you know what? My partner, my boyfriend, isn't comfortable with it. We can't be as friendly or as social as we're being and be forthcoming. But when you're saying that, well, I can't be with you just because.
I ain't fucking with him.
That's
Me either. I'm still
That
on
sounds-
that.
That sounds
we
like
still
you
on the
want to be
same wave.
priority.
No, but if it's a real friendship, then you should be able to take a step back for a time period, however long that relationship
And be able to
lasts.
come
That's what
back
I'm
if
saying.
it
Then
doesn't
if
work
it doesn't
out.
last
That's what I'm
anymore,
saying.
be
they
able to
want
come
to be
back.
friends again. You know what? I understand.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through that. Sorry.
So what I was gonna say was is so every situation is different.
Yeah.
Every circumstance is different. I do, however, feel like it is extremely attractive that a man will make the decision on his own to say, my woman is not comfortable, so I'm not gonna do this with you. I think that shit is sexy as fuck.
Right?
Okay. So that big up. I give you props for that because it takes a strong man to put his relationship first.
I agree.
With that said, we are, as we get older and we're still dating, we're going to meet people that have complicated life situations. So I do think that it would behoove us just to be a little patient.
Behoove.
Me too. I
On
was
a
like,
Friday night.
She did that. She did
Behoove
that.
us just to be a little patient and to check things out. And if you're not feeling the warm and fuzzies about the situation, let it be known, but give the man the space to say, this is my friend, I respect her, I hope that you can accept her, or, all right, if you're not comfortable, I'm going to do what needs to be done. And I think that that's a testament to the type of person that you with and the type of relationship that you have. I think that we just have to try and be open and honest as possible about the way we feel about things.
Yeah.
But also give things the space and give the man the space to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men, if we come at them on some, I'm not dealing with that, fuck that, I don't want this, I don't want that. Just for shits
They're
and
not here for that.
giggles,
Yeah.
they're gonna say, "Oh, you trying to tell me what to do?"
Yeah. Facts.
So I think that we have to take a step back and give them the space to figure it out and hopefully make the right decision for our relationships.
Agreed.
Question. When your ex met Dwayne, he didn't see that there was like nothing between you two because like who doesn't want to be Dwayne's friend? Like he's just a friendly person and he's just so
Dwayne
bubbly.
tried with him too, but
Yeah, he wasn't having
he
it.
was crazy. So
Yeah, everybody likes Dwayne.
He doesn't like him.
It is what it is. Yeah.
So moral of the story is if you're not cool with like your partner being friends with their ex, then find someone who also feels that way too. Like that's what I feel like. Then you won't have any problems.
Problem solved.
That's an equally yoked kind of thing.
Word.
It is.
She said that's an equally yoked kind of thing. Word. So we're about to wrap this 25th episode up, but before we get to the affirmations, did you guys have any like general questions for us?
Any last words?
Any last
Any
words?
last words?
No, I just want to say.
They push the mic like, hey, girl.
No, but I just want to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed listening to you ladies.
Wesley, you know I'm emotional.
She be crying for nothing. Let it out,
Listen,
girl.
The subject matters are everyday conversations. I love that I love the format that it's just a conversation. And I congratulate you both.
Thank you,
Job well
Wes.
done.
Thank you so much. And thank you
Support.
for
That's why you here, girl.
yes, and thank you for contributing.
You know how I feel about friendships.
We know,
but
girl.
Congratulations.
We hear it
Thank you
here
so
and at
much.
work, but we're here for it.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.
Oh, Jennifer ain't talking.
Oh.
Hi guys.
Oh,
Hi.
hey.
This is the Jennifer we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
The one that can text. Okay, girl.
But we love you anyway.
I'd like to know what have you guys learned from season 1 to now, or not season, episode 1 to now episode 25, and what have you learned from it, or what have you want to change, or maybe
About ourselves or about the podcast in general?
maybe about yourselves.
Nose deep.
Shit,
Jennifer
I didn't
with
want
the-
her to ask anything. Who gave you the mic?
It's a good question.
Yeah. No, I think. Did you guys think you sound a little different, or maybe change your opinions about things from episode 1?
Well, I could have got
Maybe
too
from-
comfortable on the mic because my potty mouth came right the fuck through.
I appreciate all the different perspectives, because like I said, I'm such a black and white person. So hearing everybody else's thoughts about things is helped me to kind of think differently in a way.
I don't know. I feel like my opinions sway constantly. I always start here. I come a little back here. I'm always kind of all over the place. I have learned, though, since I have to constantly put my business on blast, that there's still a lot of things that I have to work through in order to get to the next space, relationship-wise. We're not going to touch on all of that right now.
Not on this
But
episode.
there's shit that I'm going through. And so, work in progress. I'm
Word.
constantly learning that I'm a work in progress. Because I thought I had it together. I did. I thought I had it all the way together.
That was the lie.
What'd you say?
That was the lie. None of us got it all the way together.
Well, I thought
Nobody
I was
does.
close
Nobody
to
does.
good. And
Never.
I am not anywhere near good yet.
We're constantly a work in progress.
Now that you can say that, now you good. Exactly.
I definitely.
to 25 more, or a lot more.
Hey,
Boo.
there it is.
Hi, lady.
Oh, hey, girl.
I missed you guys. I worked with you guys almost 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
8 years
It's been
ago,
that
maybe
long.
8, 10 years. Yeah, it's been maybe 8 years. Yeah. I was a lot younger then. I always admired you all.
Aww.
You always talked about fun things. I heard you laugh from the other room. I loved it. It's not a bad
Still
thing,
that
Melissa.
loud.
I love it. I swear I love it. So one day I posted the podcast on my IG story, and my cousin messaged me, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so good. You gotta listen." I'm like, "Duh, I listen. I post it all the time." But she lives in PA. She's not even here.
Oh my God,
she
that's
just loves
awesome.
podcasts, and I think it's so cool that she
I
came
love
across your podcast and
it.
she loves it.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
My friend in
Hey.
Long Island, Hibernia, she loves
Nice.
it.
Thank
Try
you
to- I
so
try to
Hey,
much.
Bernia.
She's happy. But congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
That's
Thank you.
so
That means a
25
lot.
more, way more than that. I want to see you guys
Hey.
grow to whatever you want to be.
Oh,
Babenators.
Hey.
all
You
Ooh.
being a
that.
front row,
Baby
girl.
Hey.
I
Coming
told
with
you,
you.
Babenators.
Babenators. We're coming with you.
man, listen.
Thank you for hosting this. It was so much fun.
Oh my God. Thank you so
Yay.
much. I look at you guys and I honestly, I can see in the future, you guys sitting in the front row and then there being
People we don't know behind.
double, even double and triple the audience. So, the vision is there and you guys are a big, huge part of it.
Amen.
We
yes.
appreciate the support so
Vision Board
much.
2020.
We gonna get on at Tasha's house.
Yeah. Yes. You got the perfect space in your living room
Yeah,
too.
it
She
can
has a
happen.
big open
Set it
floor.
up.
It can happen.
Mhm.
As you both know, I'm very, very proud of what you guys are doing here. And I just want to, I don't know, just bless you or put a blessing on you that this is going to grow to
All right.
Oprah status, okay? Understand. I
I'm not
want
gonna cry.
you-
Here it
Stop.
comes.
to know.
She's tearing up.
Even this
She's
one,
I'm tired.
Melissa, you joke that you're always putting your stuff on blast.
I do though.
But whether or not you know it, I believe that you're helping people.
Yes.
I believe that the both of you, and even Babe, being open and honest about your lives is a wonderful thing. You mentioned at the beginning of this podcast that it was Suicide Prevention Month, and things like this really do put a light in some people's day. It gives them a smile. It lets them know that they're not alone. That what they're going through is not just unique to them, but we all face our own ups and downs on a regular basis, and we need just that friendly support. Sometimes in a joking way.
Oh my God,
sometimes
Natasha.
in a very emotional way. And I think that this thing is going to grow. You guys are going to continue to plant seeds of hope in other people's lives. And you're going to do great things.
Natasha, thank you so much. And I'm getting emotional because this is exactly why I wanted to do this podcast. Everything you just said. That's exactly why I want to do this podcast.
A new voice.
I just want to say thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here.
I listen to you. On a weekly basis, and you've inspired me to do different things and to look at myself and think about what I want to do next, what moves I want to make.
That's beautiful.
So you've encouraged me to step forward in a way. So you have made changes, and I've shared, and I'm hoping my other friends have listened to you.
We gonna step forward together.
Yeah.
We all gonna figure this shit out. Yay! Oh my God! I'm not gonna cry on this camera, but I might do it later.
I mean, this really means so much to me. Like, all those words, everything that you guys said really means a lot to me. So it's hard for me not to be emotional. Like, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and like just to see it manifested, and to have you, my bestie, here with me, and to have the support, and that it actually is actually doing something and helping people. Like, there's nothing more that I could want. Like, that's it. Anyway.
Thank God I'm not PMSing. Because, girl, I would have been boo-hooing on the floor. But
and I'm holding back because I really could be like, oh my God. No, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Anthony, for being here. And again, thank you to all the listeners. We really appreciate the support. And if you want to contact us, the information will be right here. If you're watching YouTube, and if you're listening, it'll be in the show notes. We made it. We made it. Episode 25. Yeah. Oh, it's affirmation time.
Bing, bing.
I love how you put your hand up.
They bing bings with me, though. They bing bings with me.
Yes.
That's so hurt. Man. I'm glad that they know the hurt sound, though. All right.
Got the key right now.
All right, the affirmation for the week is I am enjoying the thrill of flying. I am attracting joy into my life. I am confidently expressing myself openly and honestly.
Word.
That's great for you guys.
That's that mic.
The episodes are flying by.
Hey.
You guys are flying together.
Oh.
You're attracting great people, supportive people, because you're doing what you love, what you've always wanted to do, and we're just here to support.
Oh,
hey.
I love it.
Hey.
Thank you, Jessica.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
And we're bringing back people that we haven't seen in a long time, so it's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys. Long episode. Thanks for hanging in. Hopefully you stay till the end.
We've been longer.
We have been longer. You're right.
We've been longer.
You're right. All right, well, that's the end of episode 25. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye. Bye.